Hey guys, Sam here. So, as you can see, I have moved most of my element samples into these glass vials. For example, these molybdenum pellets, bits of silver that broke off of a mineral specimen. And most of them fit into the vials pretty nicely, but then there were some that either I haven't moved yet because it's a bit too messy, for example this gallium, or they were too big, as in this piece of sulfur. Me and Dad went to the hardware store a couple days ago, so in the meantime, over December, while we're building our project for Christmas, I thought I would go over all my samples, show them to you, and maybe also try to fit in the ones that I couldn't get into the vials by breaking them into smaller pieces, or maybe hammering them thinner. So, yeah. In addition, you might remember I said in the last video I had ordered 4 new elements and they should be coming here soon. Well, guess what? They came. So I put them in these little glass vials, put mineral oil in them to stop them from oxidizing. But I'm not going to introduce these elements just yet. For now, we're just going to go through the periodic table, and I'm going to go through my whole collection and see what I can do to get them to fit in the vials better, and to also put in the ones that I haven't put in yet, like the gallium. So let me get my lab coat on and gloves, and let's go. First off is boron, number 5. You can see here I've written the atomic number instead of the symbol, because, you know, atomic numbers are more natural than symbols. I mean, symbols are just nicknames people give to atoms with certain numbers of protons. So, yeah. Anyway, here's a sample of boron in this glass vial. Really pretty, really sparkly. From the sound of it hitting the glass, you can tell it's an extremely hard material. That was a pretty simple one. Next, I've got magnesium. It is in a glass vial under mineral oil, because magnesium tends to oxidize over time. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and move this into a plastic vial like the other ones. So, by the way, I keep all my unused plastic vials in this big box here. When you open the lid, you can see all these empty vials. So I just need to find the one for magnesium, atomic number 12. And this is going to take a little while. Alright, there's the one for magnesium. So now I just need to move this little sample here into this vial. Dang, I wish I had another person filming this with me. I mean, it's hard to do filming while you're also working on moving a sample of an oily sample of magnesium into a vial. Oh boy. Take the cap off first of all. Oh my goodness. How do I... There we go. Next, the sample. Just a close-up look at it. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness, the magnesium just does not want to come out of that vial. Dang it. After that messy and difficult procedure, here we've got some beautiful magnesium crystals under mineral oil in a plastic vial with a removable cap. In addition, there were some teeny little bits of magnesium still in there. You can see that I didn't manage to get out, but I'll probably clean that up later. So, there we go, magnesium. Next element, aluminum. I've got this aluminum plate. I've had it since I was a little kid. And you can obviously see it's too big to fit inside the vials, but I might cut a small piece off of it and then put it in a vial. I'm a bit reluctant to do that since I've had this for so long. I don't want to damage it or anything, but it's just a piece of aluminum. Just a whole bunch of atoms with 13 protons, so whatever. And here I've got, in this vial, some little pieces of silicon. But they're really big chunks of silicon. I've got them in this bag here, and I'll have to break that into smaller pieces to get it to fit better, so. Alright, so I am actually going to take a hammer to break up the silicon into smaller pieces to get it to fit. And I've got a better camera angle this time, sorry about the last one. But my brother Oliver is helping me film this series. Thank you, Oliver.
Yep, I'm back yet again. Alright, time for more, Sam. Here we go.
And so you can see that this silicon, I need to do better. Well, dang, I think I got this big piece stuck in the mouth of the vial, so I might have to lubricate it with some mineral oil. I don't know if that will work, but... it's working a little bit, but... Shoot. I don't really know what to do about this. This is... I don't know.
This is not good.
Dang. Shoot. Oh boy. Alright, I got this sucker out that scratched the vial, and I had to put in mineral oil in order to lubricate it to get it out. Little sucker. Alright, I'm gonna break the silicon into smaller pieces. But as you can see, silicon is very strong, way stronger than I thought it would be, so it's gonna take some time. Actually, that's better. Dang. Oh!
Yes! Yes!
No, I didn't break it. I just took some crumbs off it, that was all. Dang! Dang it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to skip past all of this, because this is some really difficult work.
Yeah, this might take a pretty long time.
Yeah. Alright, so I learned the hard way that silicon is an extremely strong material. I tried hammering solid chunks of silicon with a hammer, and I learned that instead of breaking up into smaller pieces, what instead happens is that little bits of silicon get chipped off the surface of the pieces and get thrown in all directions, and it's really messy, and I got lots of little crumbs of silicon everywhere, and so yeah, I only got a teeny little bit of it in this vial here, and I had to use mineral oil to lubricate that big piece of silicon out that was trapped in the mouth of the vial, and it did make some scratches while I was pulling it out, so yeah, that was messy. I am going to learn from my mistakes and not going to do that again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, as of all the bulk of the silicon in this bag right here, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. I mean, I don't really think in any case that it's all going to fit inside this teeny little vial here. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with this. Maybe for like experiments, but as I said, silicon's extremely hard and strong, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to pulverize it very easily. But at least I've got some silicone in a vial that's really nicely fit in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go put this back in my collection and move on to the next elements.
Yes.
You can stop it now.
Oh, but before I do, one more thing. Thanks, Sam, for letting me film. I'm glad you let me.
You're welcome, bud.
Yes.